in a coupe, rockin' Prada, and she dancing on this shit. 100 racks in my pocket, know my band's really lit. Shorty down for the trip, she taking time.
All right, guys, welcome to another tutorial here. We are working out a CaptureOne again. Another one of great campaigns that I've been a part of and been lucky to be a part of. I got my New Balance hoodie here, and we're gonna walk through a tutorial with Dejounte Murray of the San Antonio Spurs and Darius Bazley of the Oklahoma City Thunder. So we photographed this campaign. It was probably my last campaign before the 2020 global pandemic, which felt like years ago, but it's essentially like a few months ago, but time's been going so fast. So we photographed this in New York City, March 5th, 2020, so a week before the lockdown. I'm gonna walk us through 3 images that I went through, and we're gonna jump right into it, and I'm gonna show you guys how I edited these and how I got them to come out, how they came out. So let's jump right into this, guys. Here we go. 100 bands when you dancing on this shit. Okay, here we go. All right, so our first image right here. Let me move this over. All right. So let's color this one first. So again, guys, like all my other tutorials, I like to start here with a film standard. I photographed this on my Canon 1DX Mark II 1/125th of a second at f/14 ISO 250. We had 2 soft boxes going for this photo. He's against the wall in the studio, one over his light right here and one down here. So he's pretty well lit, but you know, I knew that consciously that the white wall would get blown out. So immediately in my head, I know that I'm dropping down those highlights a little bit of blacks, get some little bit of edge, and you see me guys working through this right here. I'm getting a little bit of clarity, not too much. Let me see how the punch looks. And natural. Yeah, maybe I like the neutral. Okay, and you're asking me, I probably know what this is. So I got a chain basketball net for this one specifically, and I just dangled it. I had my PA just dangle it right over the camera to get this effect, just to get something new and different, you know. So for here, I will already automatically crop him, and this is going to be shot in the lower thirds. But it's nice because this is a sweep across image where the body of the subject is in this lower. Is in the third of the image right there, and then it sweeps right across. And I really, really love that type of photo and photography. I can even give them a little bit more. There we go. Right there. Yep. And you can still see the foreground of the image. So I think it's just super cool. One of my favorite pictures, honestly. I might actually post this one now that I'm thinking about it. I don't want any vignetting here. And let's go right into the skin color. Like I said, I've been doing this for every single one. I'm gonna highlight this as skin, rename, guys, name it skin. We're gonna go B for the brush. We're gonna press Control to make the brush big or small. You'll see it right here. I'm gonna go right about here. Press M to mask our image so we can see where we are coloring. Okay, let's get him on his forehead. Let's get him right here, around his lips, perfect. A little bit of his ears. Boom, let's leave his eyes intact. Let's get his neck. And then let's get his tattoos. And like I've said before, if you guys see my tutorial with Dejounte in San Antonio, he's very easy to photograph, which obviously for all my established and upcoming photographers, when you have somebody easy to photograph, it's really pleasant, you know, to work with him. This is our second time working together, so it's nice to also build a rapport with an athlete. And you know, that's my main thing. I give advice to a lot of the younger people coming up. You know, when you're working with an athlete, you want to build rapport. All right. So now that I have everything highlighted here, guys, I'm going to go ahead and take the mask tool off, and I'm going to grab my pointer, skin tones, boom, and I'm going to highlight right about here. Where are you? There. And now we know everything that's highlighted. Like always, we're going to view our selected area. And we're going to just bring this back down. Change this hue a little bit. Let me take a little bit of the yellows out. Yep. So this is all the area that we're using right now, right? And this is when it's gone. I think we go right about here. I like a little bit of I like the lightness kind of where it's at. I like this shadow on his face. I want to showcase that. And let's go eyes. I want to make his eyes pop here just to show you guys this. So I made another layer again, because you want to work through the different layers if you're going to be working on different things, but the same process, right? New layer. And then I'm going to make my brush a little smaller. And we're going to just paint right over him right here. Right on his eyes, just get his eyes to pop. And then right from here, you go back to the tool, and then we're going to just kind of work through it. You don't want to make it look too fake. Remember that, guys, but just a little bit. Yeah, see, like that looks a little much. It's like, all right, maybe a smidgen down. I don't think we have to go a full stop. Just a little bit. Yeah, I think I like that right there. Okay, now let's get back to the background. Important with portraits, guys, is making sure that your subject's eyes are locked in on you. That's the most important part, okay? And obviously their facial expression, but you want them locked in on you, though. Cool. Like a little bit of shadow here. You see a little bit of back shadow right here, guys, because it's just that one light really hitting him and then creating that shadow. But that's what I wanted. This is what we wanted. We wanted that texture of this. And then let's mess around with a little bit of colors here on the RGB levels. If I don't feel it, or if I don't, I don't want to force it either. Yeah. And I like our white balance here. This is a shot. Oops, excuse me. Boom. So you guys can see how the tools, and you're toggling them. Make sure again, guys, if are not familiar with a tool, toggle with it and get familiar with it, So I'm going to just drop this down a little bit right here. And I'm going to go back to my color editor, my color balance. I'm going to put a little bit of blues on those shadows and highlights a little bit of yellows. Not too much, guys. I don't want to do it too much, but look at the before, right? And look at the after. Every time I do this and I go before and after, I always feel like he looks so morbid. Maybe I'm going to give him a little bit of skin color, but it's hard to, I just love how this looks, man. This looks so good. Okay. So let me get back into the skin, and I'm going to give him a little bit of a pump up on his skin. Just a little bit more. Yep. Right there. All right. So here's the before, after on this final image, guys. You see my layers, you see my editing, and then boom and boom. Absolutely love it. All right, let's hop to the next one. All right, same kind of process, guys. Let me delete this layer from before, and we're gonna work right from scratch. All right, so same thing, guys. All right, we're gonna do a shot at 5300 white balance. You see that little redness in the skin. I've noticed that a lot with the Canon, and this is why a lot of the time I like to take the red out of the skin. So I'm going to give a little bit of exposure, but you see how our backdrop is already kind of blown out, but you see this light shadow behind him. That's because Murray's on the wall, and we're going to make sure we keep that shadow intact, because that's what I really want. That shadow. I love that shadow on him. Boom. Yeah, I might have to add, see, like right off my head already, I'm already seeing that I'm going to have to add a little bit of lightness to his face. Maybe at the time when we did it, didn't get the full correct exposure from the light. And that happens, guys. It's not far off, but it's just understanding how to do it, if you need to. And a lot of people go through this, man, where, you do like little touch-ups on the skin, you do little touch-ups like this, and really like, just enhance it as best as you can. Again, because guys, these images are getting blown up, so you want to make sure they're sharp. So again, we press the brush tool. We're going to go ahead and paint over Dejounte's face. I want that shadow there for him. We're just going to give him a little bit of light. All right, a little bit of light just on his face. I like how his hands are lit. So off my head, I feel like maybe we could have put a little bit more power on the light right here. Let me erase the things off the eyes. So those are the eyes after. And then let's go and let's raise the exposure on the face just a little bit. Let's go skin color first. All right, so we're going to go back to our skin tone. We're going to prick. Sorry, guys. We're going to drop a little bit of saturation on Dejounte's skin, just a little less on that. And then we're going to see what the lightness does here. Lights it a little bit, but I'm going to leave it pretty much normal. And I'm going to have to go into this way and expose him a little bit here. Drop shot. But, you know, you really don't want to get into the habit of doing that. You want to light as best as possible. But, you know, in a situation like this, I felt like he needed just a little bit more light. Let's look at our before and after just to kind of see where we're at. I think he needed a little bit more light, just a tad bit. But I like where his skin is reading. And let's get his eyes popping just a smidgen. Very similar to the last one. Eyes. We're gonna go B for brush, control to get our brush down, and we're gonna press M so we know what we're coloring. And again, with eyes, guys, just be careful. You don't want it to look like too weird. You know, it's usually just like a little hint. Maybe a smidgen more. Yeah, I think right there is good. And then let's get right back into our color. Very similar to the last image, same backdrop. So I'm kind of doing a very similar edit. It shadows a little bit of blues, highlights a little bit of yellows. And I'm liking kind of where that's sitting right now too as well. And I'll take a look back at it, but here's before and here's the after. Boom. There you guys go. I might overall expose the image just a smidgen more. A little bit, not too much. All right, cool. And there we go. That's image 2, guys. We got 1, we got 2. And then we're going to go into either this one or this one. All right, let's jump into this. All right, guys, so this is obviously Dejounte and Darius. So we're going to jump into an edit of both of them. This is in a hallway, really crappy lighting, but we did light it. I remember it was moving so quick that I felt like he's a little underexposed here, so I know that I'm going to have to put the tool in on him, and I kind of like how Darius is lit already. So I'm going to bring this up, smidgen, highlights down just a little bit of blacks, get the natural. Yeah, let's go natural. I like this. I'm going to color this a little bit this way. And excuse me. Then let's get to the skins. Oops. Rename skin. So right off my bat, like I told you guys, I see that I feel like Dejounte can use it just a little bit more lighting on his face. Not too much, you know. And obviously, guys, you would go in there and really really make sure you nail the face. I'm just doing it for this instance. And I just need a little bit more on him, and then I feel pretty good. Yeah, like that feels much more balanced to me. I just needed a little bit. And I knew when I photographed it that I was going to have to do this. And that's okay. The thing is you're understanding what you're doing, you know? Okay, so now let's create another layer for Darius skin. Boom. So we're going to go into Darius skin. We got our brush here, and we're going to go just like we've been doing with Dejounte. We're going to go in and color his skin. Just I want to get there's just something, I don't know what it is, guys. And I don't know if there's any other Canon users here that feel the same thing when you guys are with Canon. Like there's a little bit like of a red tint or hint going through. Okay, and just for the sake of purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to kind of breeze through it. What was that? Oh, all right, we'll color it again. And guys, thank you so much, man. I hope everyone's enjoying these tutorials. Guys, if you have any other questions, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm happy to show you and guide you through whatever questions you may have. I really enjoy helping people out. All right, so let's grab his skin. And there we go. We're going to drop this down a little bit. I don't want too much yellows. I want the focus to be on his skin color. And I'm going to give him a little bit of pop on his skin right there. Boom. And let's pause that for a second. Boom, guys, what's up? Let's make sure my exposure is right. As you can see, guys, I'm doing this on my own. Boom, guys, what's up? Okay, that's cool. So yeah, guys. All right. So now let's go into Dejounte's skin adjustment layer, and again, guys, being organized, right, with your workflow and what you're doing and what you're coloring and everything. Make sure that you guys are staying and organized, because when you do go back to your edits, you know, you want to be as organized as possible. You know, you want to know where your things are, what you're working on. And it's the beauty of some of these programs like CaptureOne and Photoshop and whatnot. You know, you can really like dive in and work on layers by itself. And that's what I'm really showing you guys here. It's like, you know, this tutorial, you can see that you can work on different layers by itself. And it's important to be able to know that, you know, guys, really important to be able to know that. See, it's too much light right there. I like him right where I got him. A little bit of contrast on his skin. I'm already loving this image so much. And here we go. Let's go to the background. Let's take a quick break and let's look at before and after. Boom, boom. We're getting somewhere here, guys. We're almost there. Let's get to our color editor. We're in our background tool. Remember that. Let's get a little bit of shadows with some blues. Just a little bit, not too much. And this is my style. I'm not saying this for you guys to do blues and whatnot. This is just how I like it, you know? It's just how I like it. You know, everyone has their preference with stuff. So you got to find what you like and go from there. So I like it right around here, guys. And let's look at our before and after. Boom and boom. And now we're looking at our final 3 image, guys, for this tutorial is right here. 1, 2, and 3. And this one, let's get that cropped right in the middle. See, sometimes you forget. I almost kind of want to hit you guys with another one. Should we go with this one? Let's go this one. One more. I got one more, I mean. All right, guys, back to film standard. That's our last image of the day. Or should I do this one? Yeah, let's do this one. All right, guys, this is our last image of the day. This is a nice outside shot right outside the rooftop with Dejounte and Darius. And I'm going to have this edited for you guys in black and white as well. You guys can see it's going to be really, really cool in black and white. I know because I've done it. So yeah, so all right. So I'm raising the exposure a little bit, as you guys can see. Then I'm dropping my highlights, get a little bit of blacks. So I see that little nice light shadow on them. We did also photograph this with one softbox coming over there, right here on this side, down to them right here. So it's over my right shoulder, guys, and coming right down here. You'll see them getting lit. I like this image a lot because it doesn't look overly produced, but it is still like very like cool and edgy and fun, you know? So right now I'm just coloring exactly how I like it. Feeling good about this one already. This is, I think, because the time of day, the balance of the light and our softbox here hit perfectly. Like, I don't think there's a lot of work to be done on this specific image. I'll do the skins as always. Excuse me. Boom. And again, I'm showing you guys this because don't feel like every single picture you take that you're gonna have to do the skins and whatnot. But like I said, when you're submitting it as a final image and whatnot, and I'm also just showing it to you guys so you guys can know what it is and how to go about it. you know, if you do need to do it. So I am putting it a lot. You know, I don't want to just be breezing through the edits, even though I kind of am at times, just so you guys can get it. But I want to show you guys how it is and how it looks, and how, if you needed to get to it, what would you do, you know? Again, this was photographed in New York City, March 5th for New Balance. One of my favorite shoots, and this is my second time with Dejounte. First time with Darius, but Darius is just awesome, man. Just good energy, cool cat. He used to intern for New Balance. I don't know if you guys remember all that stuff, which is a really cool to kind of see him here and everything kind of come full circle. So this is awesome. So let's get into the skin tones. And tap that. We're going to see a view selected area. And then we're going to go. Boom. Okay. Boom, boom. Nice. Let's see our before and after here. It's bigger for you guys, sorry. There's Dejounte before and Darius after. Very edgy, very cool. Yeah, I love it. Let me see if I can mess with a crop a little bit, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, I love this like this, man. This photo's so badass. I don't know, I really just love this photo. I don't really want to overly, like, you know, I don't want to overly think this through. I think I really love the photo, you know. And go eye, rename to eyes. And I know this is similar to the last photos, but I just want to show you guys this. I'm almost done here. Boom, boom, boom. That's why you would go in and make sure you get this correct, guys. Because, you know, whatever you need to erase, you erase it. You know, you don't want that exposure spilling over to the skin. So there's his eyes looking good, really good right there. We can do the same thing. We can use Darius. I mean, the same exposure for Darius's eyes too. It's just a little bit. Boom. And I think I'm about done, ladies and gentlemen. Do I like the coloring? I like this edgy. All right, so here are our last images. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I got many more. I'm going to put another tutorial, guys, up of black and white. And I'm so happy you guys are here to see me edit my live on CaptureOne, my campaign with New Balance, Dejounte Murray, Darius Bazley. Big shout out to my brothers over at in LA at the Rec League and at New Balance. One of my favorite sessions that we had here, and it was the last one before the COVID-19 global pandemic. So excited that I get to kind of dive in and look at this again. It brings me back kind of good memories, because at that time you didn't think anything was even going to happen. So it's kind of crazy to see the world now and look back, see the world then, see what happened, see where we're at now, and now look back at this, and it was like my last one. And man, it's just so cool to see this, and even cooler for you guys to be here. So guys, if you have any comments, subscribe, like, DM me, follow me on Instagram at johnny.izquierdo. I'll have that right down below. And more importantly, guys, any questions you have, just write it in the comments. I'm so happy to continue this journey, and I hope what I'm showing you guys is very, very helpful, man. I try to be as detail oriented, try to be as thorough, and kind of take you step by step. And even if it is too many steps, but I want you guys to see it, because if I can help one person out there, then that changes the game. So guys, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget my website, www.johnnyizquierdo.com. Till next time. Benz is really lit. Benz is really lit. And
yeah, but she doing the most. Had to go into my business, I'm running up winners, you know her. Shawty sit back, throw another couple stacks, skirt off.